Good evening and welcome back to WMLT News. I'm Marilee McAuliffe.
And I'm Rachel Lucas.
There's much to learn from last week's off-year election. It was a test for President Barack Obama's hold on his current position, because we may be able to see the political direction in which the American people are going. New Jersey and Virginia, two states Obama has fought to keep Democratic, have elected new leaders. Obama had worked hard to make sure the Democrats won the governor's positions, but has ultimately lost the battle. The Republican candidates have won the positions in both New Jersey and Virginia, and it may cause Obama to lose credibility because of the amount of effort he has put into the Democrats winning this election. These states, along with a few other congressional and mayoral races, may have shown how much of a hold Democrats have in the coming years. With these positions being lost, and if popularity begins to fade, it may reveal a fundamental Democratic weakness in the 2012 presidential election.
Stress is always a big thing on campuses across the world, and one of the best ways of relieving stress is by working out. Concord students and faculty are combating stress by attending Zumba classes offered on campus in the ballroom on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Alicia Evans has more.
In the mid-1990s, an exercise routine known as Zumba was created. Zumba is a Latin-inspired fitness routine, literally meaning to move fast and have fun. Beto Perez, a South American native, accidentally stumbled on this now popular fitness technique that has taken the country by storm. Everyone's talking about this new fitness routine called Zumba. It's said to get you in shape as well as relieve stress. I think it's time we find out how beneficial this Zumba really is.
First time comer to Zumba, and I just heard that it was really fun and a great way to work out, so that's pretty much the reason that I'm here.
Definitely getting into shape a little bit better, and it's really a great community activity because you see faculty, students, staff, community members, so it's fun and getting some good exercise.
Busy schedules, tests, and long work hours tend to get everyone down, and working out isn't always the main priority, although it should be. Zumba classes, a new craze, is one way to get your exercise in. Concord, as well as other schools and fitness centers nationwide, are offering Zumba classes in order to promote physical fitness, as well as lower stress. Zumba classes are offered at Concord every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon in the Student Center Ballroom. For more information, you can call the Student Center at 304-384-5210. For WMLT, I'm Alicia Evans.
Every art student looks forward to their senior year with excitement and anxiety. 3 graduating art students presented their work last week in Concord University's senior art exhibit. This event was catered and decorated for guests who could purchase student artwork.
With my drawings, I did them with my non-dominant hand so that I could lose some control and I wouldn't be restricted from worrying too much. If I do it with my dominant hand, then I have to worry too much about making the lines correct, and it's really stressing, and because of that, it'll make the lines seem forced, and I didn't want them to look forced. I wanted them to look loose and fluid.
The 6 realms of existence, and they're things that I've learned about doing some Buddhist study and studying the teachings of Buddha, and each of them symbolize something different, a different realm of existence that you can end up in, pretty much based on your karma and the life that you lead before where you'll end up.
My brother passed away last fall, and these were kind of like an art therapy for me because ceramics takes a lot of dedication and you have to put a lot of focus into it, and I didn't really have time to think about all the things that were going on then.
And for this week's Concord Minute, we have Martha Delaney.
Thanks, guys. This week, Nu Zeta Chi and Alpha Phi Omega are working together by raffling off 2 tickets to the midnight showing of New Moon, the second installment in the Twilight Saga. The movie tickets will be for the Marquee Cinemas in Beckley on November 20th. On October 27th, the Baltimore Consort performed in the Alexander Fine Arts Main Auditorium. The consort played music dated around the 16th and 17th centuries and played instruments from the same time period. Wednesday, November 11th, Concord's marching band will be performing in the Welsh Veterans Day Parade. The parade starts at 10 a.m. and ends at noon. The Concord Choir will be performing at the Chuck Mathena Center in Princeton on November 19th at 7 p.m. The choir will be performing with students from several local high schools. There will be a small admission fee in order to fundraise for the music department's spring trip. That's it for this edition of the Concord Minute. Back to you guys.
Art students at Concord University are trying to raise money for a special trip. This past week, they've brought a new meaning to what's beautiful on campus.
Last Wednesday at Subway Sides, Concord University hosted its third annual drag show fundraising event. The show was put on by students and faculty, and we spoke with Jack Scheffler for more details.
My role in the show was to light the show, to light the events, to light the drag queens. Well, it was a fundraiser, but we were providing entertainment to bring in money. We made about $500, give or take. Men who dress up as women and basically impersonate contemporary singers.
We spoke with art students that were involved with the show.
We had some professional drag queens come to Concord and to put on the show, and one of them was actually a Concord student.
I helped run the booths and anything else that needed done. Well, it was to raise money for the Art New York class to go and view large galleries and museums in other parts of the country. So it was just basically a fundraiser event. I had a blast. It's always a blast.
David Burnside, WMLT, Athens, West Virginia.
Stay tuned for the rest of WMLT and see what fun a pumpkin can be, even after Halloween.
And with this week's Take It or Leave It, we have Jamie Lee Reichert.
Welcome back to WMLT News, and now with sports, we will send it over to James Tunstall.
Thanks, guys. Concord University's football team season has come to an end. Their last game was Saturday, November the 7th. We ended the season with a loss to West Liberty State. The score was 42-64. Even though we lost the game, we finished out the season with more winning games. Their overall record was 6-5. All conference team consists of first team, second team, and honorable mention. First team players are Brian Kennedy, who won the WMLT rushing title with 1,505 yards. Thomas Mayo became the first Concord University player to be named for the Harlan Hill Award. That award is the best Division II player. He led the nation with 1,368 receiving yards and 124.4 yards per game. And Daniel Stone consistently double-teamed and triple-teamed. Despite the constant attention, he became first team all-conference. For more information on the other players who achieved special honors, visit the campus website at cumountainlions.com. Cross-country teams are doing a great job this season. With men coming in third as well as the women at the WMLT Championships, nationals are coming up soon for Concord's runners on the 21st in Evansville, Indianapolis. Concord's women's volleyball has ended this season as well. They came up short in their last game to Shepherd on Saturday. The score was 2-3. The overall record this season was 11-20. Marshall's season is almost at an end also. They lost to University of Central Florida on the 1st. The score was 20-21. Marshall's overall record so far is 5-4. And WU is shortly coming to an end as well. They won against Louisville on Saturday by the score of 17-9. Their overall record so far is 7-2. That's all for sports. Back to you at the desk.
Congressman Nick Rahall visited Concord for a Veterans Day ceremony. Rachel Lucas has more.
Congressman Nick Rahall was a keynote speaker for a Veterans Appreciation Ceremony Monday at Concord University. The ceremony featured the dedication of 2 new flagpoles in honor of veteran Concord students as well as veterans nationwide.
The ceremony took place here in front of the flagpole at Concord University. A crowd gathered to watch the dedication ceremony along with Congressman Nick Rahal.
I feel very strongly about supporting our veterans, not only on Veterans Day or during this week, but each and every day of the year. West Virginia is a patriotic state. When you look at the number of our young men and women that have served on a per capita basis, especially during the Vietnam War, we rank right up there at the top of the 50 states. And so we can be very proud when duty calls, our young men in West Virginia answer the call of duty.
The university greeted veterans as well as Congressman Rahal with welcome signs lining the campus streets. Patriotic ribbons were hung throughout the ceremonial site where a small crowd soon gathered to witness the dedication. The ceremony opened with the singing of the national anthem by freshman Megan Klein. The crowd observed a moment of silence as the new prisoner of war missing in action flag was hoisted up the new flagpole by 3 veterans who were Concord students. The sounds of a 21-gun salute shot through campus, filling the crowd's silence. Concord University is featured in this month's Military Advanced Education magazine as one of several military-friendly universities in the country. I'm Rachel Lucas in Athens.
And for Ticket or Leave It this week, here's Jamie Lee Reichert.
Thanks, guys. In this week's edition of Ticket or Leave It, we'll look at paranormal activity as well as The Box. First up, we have Paranormal Activity, a film that was shot with less than $10,000 to make the effects look real, but in all reality, it was not. Paranormal Activity uses a handheld camera similar to the Blair Witch Project, making it seem almost impossible not to be real. A nice try at suspense and scares, but all in all, it just wasn't that scary. Next up, The Box. The movie was based off of a 1970 Richard Matheson short story, Button Button. Quaint suburban couple, Norma and Arthur Lewis, who receive a mysterious wooden box, which holds a fatal consequences. The box promises the pusher of the button $1 million, but will also cause someone in the world they don't know to die. This movie is one of the better movies I've seen of 2009, with an intricate storyline that will keep you wondering, what's next? The Box is definitely your ticket. Back to you all at the desk.
With this Halloween season over, many wonder how to dispose of their pumpkins. One Beckley company has found a creative way to get rid of this seasonal decoration. Matt Kerbway has more.
The Halloween season is over, but what to do with those pesky pumpkins? Southern Communications of Beckley recently took to the sky for the Great Pumpkin Drop 09.
They were doing an engineering experiment with WVU. They were trying to figure out a way to drop a pumpkin from 8 stories without it breaking, which led us to the idea of, you know what, we should just break some pumpkins. That would be kind of fun. The next thing I know, we're out here and we're getting ready to get a fire truck and drop some pumpkins.
With the Beckley Fire Department and Jan Care Ambulance on hand, people could bring pumpkins and have them hurled from 92 feet in the air.
If you've got pumpkins, they're going to rot anyway, you know, and they turn into like a little black oil slick if you don't throw them away. So, you know, if people want to bring their pumpkins out and just, you know, smash them, we're going to let them do it. It's going to benefit people that like to watch things smash. This is not for charity. This is not for, there's no reason to do this other than it sounds like it might be kind of fun.
And fun it was, with well over 20 pumpkins and 4 pumpkin droppers, making this year's Great Pumpkin Drop a smashing success. Matt Kerbway, WMLT News, Beckley.
I don't know about you, but I don't drop my pumpkins. I like to cook the seeds.
I know, I think I would have saved them for Thanksgiving. From me and all of WMLT, thank you for joining us again tonight. I'm Rachel Lucas.
Join us again in 2 weeks for more WMLT News. I'm Marilyn McAuliffe.